Okay, guys, welcome back here to the Pyramid here in Memphis, Tennessee. And today we are absolutely blessed to have one of the most awesome guests that I've had all day. And not only that, but the prettiest.
Oh, I'll take
Because
that.
I've been up here with a bunch of stinky bow fishermen.
That's right.
But now I'm up here with a bow fisher woman.
Yes.
Slash gator hunting extraordinaire. You guys might know her from the History Channel show, Swamp People.
Yep.
Miss Anna Ribbeck.
Whoa,
See?
you said my last name right.
That's why I said it right, because she told me how to tell her last name. You know, people from Louisiana, they got a little slang, so I made sure I got it right.
A little bit.
But thank you for being here.
Hey, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting me.
I'm going to step out and tell everybody how I kind of met you the first time.
Okay.
I've known her for a year, and we work with the same company, Faradine Muzzy Products, Bowfishing Products, last year at the Muzzy Classic there in Guntersville, Alabama. They told me she was coming over, asked me if I'd ever met her. I said, no, I'm excited. You know, I've seen her on TV. So she came out, and honestly, not blowing smoke, but I was blown away with how interactive you were with all the children and all the young ladies, and they all flocked to you.
Oh.
And it's awesome to see. I get to meet a lot of people traveling around the United States hunting and bow fishing, and it's awesome to see that people that are genuine and people that reach out to the younger guys and girls and actually put forth the effort.
Thank you.
And that made a lasting impression on me, as I know it did a lot of the people that were there to see you. And I'm thankful that you know, responded to our request for you to come to this event. And I know you're going to touch a lot of people here. But I'm going to hand it over to you and let you tell us what you do, how you do it, and why you do it.
Oh, okay. All right. Those are good questions.
I know. I'm going to tee it up for you, so I'm going to let you run with it.
All right. You're better at podcasting than me. So this is my first official podcast. I'm used to TV, but not podcasting.
Right. Well, I know you can handle it.
I don't know. I'm like, this is scary. This isn't like hunting.
Yeah.
But so I'm technically, I guess what you call me is a commercial alligator hunter. So in Louisiana, we commercially gator hunt, and you know, it's brutal. It's 30 days, and we go out there every single day and bust our butts and get it done and pull in a whole lot of gators. And the crazy part is, you know, everyone thinks I grew up doing it, but I'm the girl who didn't grow up doing it.
Really?
And so that's why I kind of like to connect with the younger generation and different women and everything else, because I didn't grow up doing it. I didn't get into bow hunting until my 20s. I'm going to reveal my age. I'm 32.
Wow.
And so I got into it through 3D archery. Bought myself a bow in college. I was at LSU, go Tigers. And I just bought a bow and started shooting, and I was like, I'm a super competitive person. So I was like, 3D archery, I'm gonna try it out. Fell in love with it, started touring with the ASAs, you know, doing all that. And then I met hunters. And I mean, I met a lot of hunters, and they were like, you need to come out and hunt with us. So I started bow hunting. And I was like, this is it for me. I'm like, I'm going to live this life. So I kind of got into it on my own, and it was a different path. But like, I've met so many great mentors in the community, and I was like, eventually I'd like to give back when I get to that stage and to that point. And I got on the show because Miss Ashley Jones, who's on the show, she has red hair. She and I used to hunt together. And so she invited me one day. She said, look, we're actually getting another boat for the show. And she said, would you like to, you know, be interviewed to do Swamp People? And I was like, I mean, I love to hunt with you, but I don't know, you know?
Yeah.
So I interviewed, and they were like, hey, you're on TV now. And I'm like, I don't know about this. I never really asked to be on TV, you know?
Right.
So we started hunting together in season 14. Swamp People's been running 16 seasons.
Oh, yeah,
now.
forever.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So we were the only female team, and it was the coolest experience, season 14 and 15 with her. And she and I got to, the coolest part was pulling in the gators and unloading them at the dock, because we'd have all the kids there watching us.
Right.
And these little girls would come up and be like, I want an alligator hunt too. And you're just like, this is, you know, these are the kind of role models you need when you're a kid and you want to do this stuff. So it's been a really cool experience. And now she chose to retire because she has kids. So she wanted to be at home more. And so Mr. Bruce called me up, and he's an original swamper.
Oh, he's hilarious. I love him.
Like
everybody that watches Swamp People knows Mr. Bruce.
Oh, I love Mr. Bruce.
Yeah.
Everybody knows him. I was trying to convince him to come here, but he's always on the road.
Right.
So, but I got him into bow fishing.
Really?
I got him into bow fishing last year. He's like, I've never really done this. So I took him out on the boat during gator season, and we went and just, you know, freshwater fish, and we caught some buffalo, and he was a great shot. He was beating me.
Really?
I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, he was just out there. I'm like, this is beginner's luck. I was getting mad. But we started, he looked at me and he's like, this is kind of fun. He's like, it's easy. But I'm
Easy.
like, he said it's easy. That's Mr. Bruce though. He can do anything.
That's it.
So
Some people just got it. You take some people and they just naturally are good, just like throwing a baseball or, throwing a frisbee. I always use that analogy. Some people just got great hand-eye coordination and
yeah.
they pick it up that fast.
Oh, it's instinctive.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. So I mean, he and I have been hunting together, and I just learned so much from Mr. Bruce. It's incredible. And he's like, we're really gonna bow fish alligators, Anna. I'm like, look, this is our backup weapon. It's
Yeah.
commercial gator hunting. We're not going out there to just kill one gator. And I mean, bow hunting gators is a lot harder than shooting them with a gun.
Oh, for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, and in Louisiana, the law is that you can only dispatch an alligator with a bow and arrow if it's already on a hook and line.
Oh,
So
really?
I cannot go out there and just anchor a gator in the water with a bow.
Really? See, I didn't know that.
No.
That's good to know.
It's crazy because it's much harder. So you only go for the kill shots with the bow.
Ah,
So
so you're not actually just trying to get them, aligning them to get them to the boat.
No, sir.
You already have to have them on a hook, and then you have to shoot them with the bow
Yeah,
to kill them.
Yes.
To actually finish them off.
actually finish
Got
them
you.
off. And let me
Gotcha.
tell you what, that is not easy. So that's why it's our backup weapon. It's also when landowners, we have tags on different landowners' properties.
Okay.
Some landowners don't want guns used. So, because people always ask me, they're like, well, why do you use the bow over the gun? Like, why would you? And I said, that's a great question. But it is because some landowners don't want guns on their property.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, sometimes we like to be really quiet about what we're doing because we don't want to scare the other gators off because we do snipe gators out in the open.
Mhm.
So when we're running our lines, we'll be quiet with the bow. And then hopefully we'll still have gators popping up along the way where Ashley can get a good snipe on them,
Gotcha.
So there's different reasons, but when you pull up the gator, it depends on the gator, but some will thrash really hard in the water.
Roll up.
Oh, they roll like crazy. And to do it with a bow, you know how small that quarter-size kill shot is.
That's a great point. Where is the best spot to put the shot on the gator? I know you got an awesome head here.
Yeah.
But where is it? Because like me, I've shot a few alligators with a bow, and by not a fishing it by no means. Luckily they're
Yeah,
in
no, I know what
Georgia.
you mean.
We can, as long as we have a line in them,
It's the restraining line.
yeah,
for you.
so we can shoot them with a bow, we can get them with a hook, and then we can finish them off with a firearm once they get to the
Okay.
boat. But as far as like taking a lethal shot on one, where's the best spot?
It is the same kill shot as the gun, so it's right behind that skull plate,
Mhm.
and it's that quarter-size spot, and so it I'll show you on this gator. So there's
Yeah,
this.
here.
Oh,
There you go.
I'm sorry.
I'll help you out.
There's the skull plate right behind it in this little circle.
Okay.
So when the gator comes up, I have to be at a really good angle with the bow too. It's not like I can just put the bow on it and shoot
Right,
it,
right. Yeah.
So it's not, I have to hold for a long time, and it's very nerve-wracking. What they don't show on TV is that I am not a perfect shot. I do miss,
Right.
and I have actually hit the skull plate of this gator, and the arrow has bounced back in my face.
No kidding.
Oh, so don't do that. Don't hit a skull plate of an alligator with a bow or a gun.
Right.
But no, I it's a tough shot, and I do make some really good shots. But I thought it'd be cool if they showed that on TV, because I mean that's the danger of it. Is like
Right.
you hit the skull plate, it's coming back at your face.
Well, I can imagine. So, so what type of arrow? And like I said, what we're talking about here is these guys that bow fish. This thing's all encompassing, and what we want to do is inspire not only people that's never bow fished, but
Yeah.
also people that have bow fished and they want to take it to that next level.
Which I would say the next level is gator hunting.
Right, 100%. That's the thing. We're doing a lot of podcasts today. We're doing them on stingrays and
Cool.
alligator gar, and then the ultimate, an alligator.
Gators.
So what on your equipment?
Yeah.
What's different, or what do you suggest over what the normal guys out here using on a boat, say in this tournament, shooting these carp?
So I would say, like most people who are going to get into bow hunting gators, they're not going to do it the way I'm doing it, because that's very commercial, and it's going to be, Louisiana law is really weird.
Right.
But if they're going to another state to hunt gators and they're wanting to anchor them out in the open water, which I think is awesome, I think it'd be a really fun way to do it. You want the same setup I have, which is, I'll use a fiberglass arrow, but the tip has a cross-drilled hole in it
Mhm.
where you basically attach the line to it.
Okay.
Because when you shoot into that gator hide, you want it to stick. And then if the alligator, if it's rolling, let's say, and the arrow breaks off, you're still connected with the line because the line is attached to the tip of the arrow.
So what you're doing is you're attaching the actual gator cord to the tip,
Yes.
instead of where in actual bow fishing you're attaching it to the slide or to the back
slide
of the
or something
arrow.
like that.
Right.
We actually do
Right.
not use a slide.
Right.
So I use a ring system on this arrow
Okay.
out here. So and then yeah, it's attached to the end, and then you want to attach the other end of your line, which is 300-pound test line, by the way,
Right.
is the legal minimum in Louisiana. So you
Okay.
need really strong test line, and I attach the other side to like a flotation device or a buoy or something. So I use a reel, and when I shoot it off the reel, both ends, one end is attached to the buoy, the other end's attached to the arrow, and so if the gator runs off with your arrow, all the line can pull out, and that float will, you know, detach from your bow,
Right.
and then that way you can track your alligator.
That's got to be exciting when that float gets snatched off there, and then the
Woo!
hunt's really on at that point.
Oh, absolutely. We actually, this was crazy because we don't get to shoot them in open water with the bow, you know.
Right.
But I actually had one. He was on hook and line, and I went for the kill shot, and I shot him in the kill shot, but it didn't seem to go all the way in. Well, he detached from the hook and line. He got off the hook and line, started running, and so I actually got to like really experience the float come off.
Right.
And I mean, it's just crazy. You got to go after him. So I put a second shot in. He was good.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, crazy stuff. But I would say that's like the next level. If you're like just getting into it, I'd say go bow fishing first,
Right.
not just gator hunting.
Right. You go ahead and get comfortable with the equipment.
Absolutely.
And get comfortable with making a good shot.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that we want to drive home is that being comfortable with the equipment, like I said earlier, you know, some people get it quicker than others.
Yes.
I've had people on the boat that couldn't hit the water, I didn't think.
Yeah.
And then I've had people that I didn't think could miss. And I'm like,
Absolutely.
you sure you've never done this before?
That's Mr. Bruce.
So
Uh-huh.
when you see an alligator, and I'll speak from my little bit of personal experience alligator hunting,
Okay.
it is a awe-inspiring kind of thing when you see one from me to those guys sitting right there.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
being from Georgia
Yeah.
and not being a swamp person,
Mhm.
the first time I get close to an alligator that's mad, it demands respect. You know, it's not
does.
like walking up on a deer for the first time or walking up on a turkey for the first time. You're walking up on a doggone dinosaur
That's right.
that can eat you.
It can.
And
absolutely.
if you have an arrow in it and it's not in the right spot, now not only is that dinosaur that can eat you, he wants to eat you, and he's very angry about that.
Oh, he's very angry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, and he's not used to being picked on.
No.
He's the dominant predator in that situation, and he's going to let you know it real quick.
You're the only. Yeah. He lets you know that he's in control
Yeah.
sometimes.
So that being said, what is down there where you guys harvest these alligators? What's a big one? What would you consider? I know swamp people. Every one they put in the boat's 1,000 pounds and 39 feet
Well,
long.
of course, they all are, right?
But we got you here, and I'm gonna put you under the microscope.
Okay.
What's a real big one for you guys?
A real big one for us. So we have a hard time finding some big ones because there's a lot of gator hunting that goes on in
Right.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
So you got to find your spots, and you know if you have more tags, that's better for you because you get to go scout a little bit more land. But I would say a good one for us is anything over 12.
12 foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the one I have right here, this was my biggest with the bow, and this was 11.7.
Nice.
So I mean, it's pretty good, but not quite there.
Yeah, that's still a monster. to
Now
me.
it is. I mean, it's big. It's big.
Yeah.
And then you know, me and Mr. Bruce, our biggest this year was 12'1".
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's huge. And how many pounds one of those on average weigh? I mean,
it depends.
does it just depend on the gator?
It really does, because some gators are skinny, some gators are real thick and fat.
Right.
Those are the ones that I just call them my back breakers. I see them coming, and I'm like, oh, putting it in the boat's gonna be. Ooh.
Well, that's what I think about too. Like, you know, I look at people, and you know, you know, you can never judge a book by its color, but I also look at it. Doesn't matter how old I get,
Yeah,
I'm never going to be 6 foot tall. But now I could be 500 pounds if I kept eating.
you're dang
You
right.
know what I mean? So
dang
same with animals. He's not going to be a 12-foot alligator, but he might be 1,000 pounds
Exactly.
if he keeps on growing.
Oh, yeah.
So I gauge gator gar like that. Same way, you know, there's going to be some gator gar that are 6 foot long, you know, 170 pounds, and there's going to be some of them that are 6 foot long that's 100 pounds.
Right.
And so you just never really know the genetics, but you kind of got to learn how to judge them, I guess. And you guys, when you're commercial, and it's like, I got one on the line, he's going in the boat.
Oh yeah.
You know, okay.
Oh
So-
yeah. Like if it's hook and line, you got to take them.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what it is, unfortunately.
Okay.
We'd like to not take the 4-footers.
Right.
But you got to, because that's just, you know, it's ethics.
Yeah.
The hook is in their belly.
Right.
And so, I mean, technically you could cut them off, but they've never done real research into like how they do after they would be cut off the line.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it's not ethical, so don't do it. You
Gotcha.
know. That's how we look at it. But I mean, you know, if we're really going and gunning for big gators, we're gonna be sniping in open water.
Really?
Oh yeah. So we'll go out early and just sit there, and we'll cut the engine off and just watch what pops up. And if we get some big ones to pop up along the, you know, the lake, we start inching over there real slow. And then finally, you know, when we're in range of what we feel comfortable shooting, I'll just cut the engine off and then just, you know, coast.
Just drift on?
Uh-huh.
Now, do you guys do it all in the daytime, or do y'all do any at night? Or
I wish we could do night hunting, but it's not legal in Louisiana.
Okay.
So we
Gotcha.
only hunt days.
Gotcha. So the gators are always more active in the mornings, early morning, or?
Yeah, they come up in the mornings. They're feeding and they're doing their thing. So, you know, we like to get out there pretty early. I get up at 4 a.m. every day. We have fun, lost in the boat,
Yeah.
smelling like vomit all day.
So when y'all run those hooks,
Yes.
like I said, now you got to understand, I'm naive to the
Okay.
hook and line, and you know I've been down there bow fishing in Louisiana, and I see all the cane poles with the stuff hanging over it. Yes, that's what I want to see right there. So
It's your big old hook.
that's a monster hook.
Yeah.
And then you bait it with chicken.
You bait it. Well, there's plenty of different baits you can use, but let me tell you, for us, it's commercial gator hunting. So we're trying to use the cheapest bait possible.
Gotcha.
So we buy a bunch of chicken in the store, and then we go and let it rot. You sit it in a bucket for a long time, and you just let it rot. And then you can stick that bucket on the boat all season, and it smells good.
Wow.
It smells horrible. So
But they love the smell of it, I guess, and that's
they
what
have
they're
really strong smell.
right. And that's what they're attracted to. So these gators that y'all are targeting, basically they're just cruising down the bank. They hit that scent,
Yes.
and then they're coming. And then once they see that pole or that hook dangling, they come up. And tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
They come up and they pop it, and then you got it at that point.
Yes, so they don't even see the hook. That's
Okay.
the thing. We hang it like, you know, a couple inches above the water, depending on your boat captain. Some like it high, some like it low.
Okay.
And I'm just the deckhand, so I do what I'm told. Mr. Bruce don't know what he wants.
Right.
But anyway, so they don't even see it. What it is the chicken is dripping juice into the water.
Okay.
And so when it smells that, oh my gosh, it comes right up and just grabs it. And I've gotten video of them grabbing it. It is crazy. And then when they swallow it, the hook is in their belly.
Right.
So then they're hopefully stuck. Sometimes they get off if they're big enough.
Really?
Oh, it's crazy. Because they can, what they do, you know, we usually set lines on like cypress trees and stuff like that in the swamp. What they do is they go under them cypress knees and they wrap the line around them to try to cut loose from the line. And every now and then they can fray that line and get off.
Saw it.
Even though this, I mean, look at this. This is
Yeah, it's
crazy
huge.
strong test
Right.
line. But I mean, that's just gator hunting.
Gotcha.
So.
Well, that's awesome. So I know not only gator hunting, but you do a lot of bow fishing.
Yes, love it.
You know, I follow you on Instagram and social media, Facebook and everything, and you guys do a lot of bow fishing too.
I absolutely love it. I got into that later in life too, and I fell in love with it. I'm a big proponent of eat what you harvest,
Right.
and bow fishing is my thing. I absolutely adore it. So I'm not a huge tournament fisher. Now that's all you. I'm learning tournaments, but like I got out there in the marsh and just fell in love with it, and I fell in love with the fact that you could go out. You could, you know, just see everything beautifully, like at night in the marsh. And it's such a cool experience with your friends. You just get to go out, you get to have a good time. I like to take a lot of new people out because they're just like, oh, I'm not going to be good at this. And I said, it doesn't matter. Like, you're just going to go out, we're going to have fun. And the cool part is usually, you know, you're either going to miss the fish or you're going to stick the fish.
Right.
So it's not like you have to worry about wounding animals like that. So you go
Exactly.
out and you just have a good time. And if you hit one fish during the night, which a lot of, you know, my beginners, they'll hit one, right? And they're so excited, and they get to bring something home. They get to bring, because we get to shoot some game fish at home.
Right.
We're legally allowed to shoot redfish and catfish, and so man, you hit one of them and you get to bring that home. Like, that's a big deal.
You
So-
bring up a great point, and this is something that on the podcast earlier today that I really overlooked, and it's great hearing you say it. And it's something that I want to convey to our audience, and especially the young kids that are out here listening. When you said you go out in the marsh and you see it, when people come to this place, the Pyramid,
Yeah.
in general, or any Bass Pro Shops, what do? They come in and they stand in front of those aquariums.
Yep.
They come in and they walk and they see these fish swimming around.
Yes.
And for me and all these bow fishermen here, we see it every night we go in the water. And we honestly take it for granted.
We do.
But when you take someone new, or you take that child for the first time that's never been out there, or you take that 22-year-old person that's never experienced it, and you look over there and they're going, my gosh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was out here. I've never experienced this. And when you see that and you hear someone say it and you see it on their face, and then they go, at the end of the night, they're like, is the sun already coming up?
Right.
They've been there all night and they're like, I can't wait to do this again.
You're hooked.
You've done your job.
You're hooked.
But these people that walk through this place and are looking at these ponds and they're looking at this shooting experience and they're like, that's so cool. That's the message we got to get out there to them and say, look, this world's out here.
Yeah.
It's waiting for you to get out there and try it.
Oh, absolutely. I was like, this is such a fun sport for everybody
That's-
too. And I like to introduce people to it because, like I said, I didn't come from it. You know, I didn't
Right.
grow up with it necessarily. I grew up in South Louisiana. I was a ditch fishing queen. You know, but I didn't get to hunt as a kid. I didn't get to do any of that. So, I mean, you can get into it at a later age. And that's what I like to convey to people, is that it's not a closed sport. Like,
Right.
we're open to having people come in and like do this and just fall in love with the outdoors. Like, you know, I'm a bow hunter. I don't go out there and kill something every time I'm out in the woods.
No.
And that's okay. Like, I'm out there to really enjoy what I'm doing. And man, I've been hunting turkeys with a bow for 5 years and I still haven't gotten one with a bow. And those things have eluded me with the bow, but I love bow hunting. So I'm like, I'm going to get one with a bow. But that's what it's about. It's just getting out there and like really enjoying the outdoors and just seeing it. I love taking people to the marsh because I'm like, you get to see the gators swimming at night.
Mhm.
You get to see all kinds of different stuff. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just exciting.
Yeah, and like I said, to someone that's never experienced it, it blows their mind. But that brings me to my next point, and I've got a lot of them to hit on with you, but this is the one that gets me excited, and I really want you to beat your chest on this one, you know, pull
Okay.
the Superman cape
Okay,
off.
I'm ready.
You do a lot of bow fishing clinics
Yeah.
and a lot of stuff on your own time, on your own dime. And that's something I commend you on, because we need more people like that, not only in bow fishing, but in the outdoors in general. And, you know, like I said, you beat the conservation drum for a lot of people. And tell us some of the things that you do,
Yeah.
and kind of your background. You know, I thought it was interesting when you and I spoke on the phone, you know, what you do for a real job.
real
Not only,
job.
you know, well, I'm just saying, you're like me. You got about 5 different jobs.
All different.
Yeah, there's so many different. They're on totally different ends of the spectrum. But tell the people that are out there that might not know what you really do. Like, I was like blown away about your degree and what your real job is, and like I said, what you do on the Bowfishing Workshops, and
Sure.
and just. I just think that's a really cool story and a really cool message to, like I said, inspire people. That's what we're here for. I want people to get out and bow fish. I want people to jump in the outdoors and do it for conservation.
Yeah.
And do it because they enjoy it. And do it
Yes.
because cool people are doing it and talking about it.
I'm the nerd of the group. I got a master's degree in plants. That's what I say. I've got 2 degrees in horticulture from LSU, and I thought I was going to be an extension agent, a horticulture agent for the state. And I ended up falling in love with social media, and I actually became the LSU Ag Center social media strategist.
Yes.
So I changed my whole career path to communications. And so now I get to communicate conservation to everybody, and that's what I, you know, absolutely love. And I found kind of 2 of my passions, which,
Mhm.
you know, it's the outdoors and it's communications. And so I put them together, and I have a good time with it. I really loved. We started doing some bow fishing clinics. I put it together with our local bow shop, who's my great bow tech. His name is Ken. He's at
Mhm.
Gotham Archery. And so I said, man, we should really, you know, put this together to see if we can get beginners into it, you know, like true beginners.
Mhm.
And so I talked to my sponsor, to Muzzy, and I asked them about putting that on, and they said, we'll support it 100%, Anna. We're sending you everything you need. And I couldn't believe it. Like, they sent me bows and they sent me targets to just get started, you know?
Mhm.
And so we kind of put the schedule together, and I said, I think we can do this. I said, I wonder if LSU has a really big lake out there, the LSU lakes, that's like man-made. And I said it'd be great because they have docks, so we could shoot from the docks and get people involved. And so we actually got the park system involved, and they said, absolutely, we'd love to put this on. They said, look, we don't usually condone weapons on the lake. This is the first time that this is happening. So, you know, y'all better do it right.
Right.
And I said, we will absolutely do it right. And we ran 30 people through it that day, and it was like one after the other. We only wanted a smaller amount so we could really teach these guys how to do it.
Get the focus.
So we gave them an hour clinic. So we ran 3 clinics that day. And Mr. Bruce and I actually ran them together. He was out there because he fell in love with it, and he's like, I want to help out. And I said, come on. So, of course, everyone loves Mr. Bruce. They loved having him there. It was so fun.
Yeah, he brings that star power to it.
Oh, my gosh, he's a superstar.
Yeah,
so
everybody.
It was just so much fun because it was all different age groups. That was the cool thing. You know, it was like 18-year-olds, it was 40-year-olds, it was, you know, new people. None of these people had ever shot a bow. And we even had an LSU football player come out.
Oh, cool.
I was like, cool. So everybody came, and they just really enjoyed it because we made it fun. We didn't make it like stressful. We weren't like, oh, you're doing it wrong, blah, blah, blah. We got them just shooting like regular targets, just feeling how it felt to shoot a bow fishing
Going
bow.
through the motion.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we took them out, and we made these like, you know what? JP did the coolest thing with these targets back here.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's loving the targets.
I'm totally stealing this idea because we couldn't figure out how to make these things float as well. So we made like these fish molds, and the problem was they didn't hold up throughout the day. Like once they broke, they broke. So we had enough of them, thankfully. But kids really loved, like, after they went and shot, you know, on land, then we took them to the dock and put the fish in, and we would pull it in for them so they could shoot it. And we got them to compete against each other.
Oh,
and
there you go. The competition aspect.
Competition.
Yes.
And so we started putting this on, and it was a really, really big success. And what we'd like to do is take it next to the Bass Pro Shops where they have ponds. Like our local Bass Pro in Denham Springs near Baton Rouge has a big pond. And I'm like, man, if we could hold a beginning bow fishing class out there with me and Mr. Bruce, put it on, and then they could come right in and buy the equipment in the store, because that was our biggest hindrance. Was like,
I know some guys. Maybe we can make that happen.
What? You know, that would be cool.
I know 1 or 2 of them around here.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a nice, like, you know, segue, because you already have the product here, and so it'd be awesome. Like, if they wanted to buy, they could just come inside and get what they needed. Because I think that was our biggest hang up, was that, you know, we were at the lake.
You kind of lose that connection once they leave. Yeah, once they leave, like once they're out the door, they're just kind of, we got a million other things to do. So yeah, when you're there and you're in the moment, it's just easy to walk right over there, just like here, just like the shooting event that's going on right here behind us. Man, it's awesome. But how many guys are leaving here and going back and buying bows and arrows and getting jacked up?
So many. I've been at the Muzzy booth all morning.
Oh yeah.
Buying.
So that's great.
But yeah, that's what I ideally would love, because the problem is, yeah, they come there and then they don't quite know where to go. So we were sending them to our bow shop, obviously, and we had quite a few come in and get them. Awesome. And I was like, that was the nice thing to see, was that these people were really interested. But the thing was, you have to make it fun first. Yeah. It's not like so stressful, especially I find with women, at least I can speak from my perspective, is we get kind of anxious if we don't know how to do something. And sometimes we shut down, where it's like, oh, we're not as good as the guy is over there, or whatever the case is. So it's fun. Like, I like to come in and work with ladies because they're more prone to like work with me as a female. Yeah,
I think I can see that a lot. Like I said last night when we were upstairs at the event, when I used to guide bow fishing, you know, I used to love when a father would bring his young daughters, and, you know, or bring his wife, or a guy would bring his girlfriend or whatever, because it was so awesome with women, because they listen.
Yes.
You know, men are hard-headed, arrogant son of a guns, and I'm speaking for myself too. But if you talk to firearms trainers, they'll tell you the same thing. I'd much rather teach a woman how to shoot a gun than a man any day, because men never want to admit when they're wrong.
Nope.
And they're going to try to do it their way the first time.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're going to try to do it their way the third time, and the fifth, and the sixth. And finally, about after the 10th, they're going to be like, I'll listen to you. But women listen, and they take direction really well on something that they're not comfortable doing, because they don't want to screw up, and they're people pleasers.
They are.
They want to shoot that fish as bad for you as they want to do for them. So they listen. And I found that out with my daughter and my son. It held true with both of them. He's hard-headed. He's a great shot. But I'll tell him, Gage, aim low, aim low. And he'll shoot every time. And I'm like, I told you lower. My daughter, his sister, I'm like, Gracie, aim low. She'll smoke the fish. And he's like, oh, she's always been your favorite anyway. You know, he gets mad at me, and I'm like, come on, son. but you know, it's in his bloodline. I told him, I said, you're jinxed.
Yeah.
But no, you're absolutely right. That is the great thing about this sport, and one of the things that I've always found just intriguing about it. You don't have to be able to pull back 60-pound bow to go out and shoot like you do in 3D.
Such a good
You
point.
don't have to, you don't have to go out and spend thousands of dollars on equipment.
No.
You can go buy a cheap bow.
Absolutely.
Put your bow fishing kit on it. If you're a smaller frame person that hasn't shot a bow a lot, you can start with 20 pounds and work your way up. But you know, most of us aren't shooting over 35, 40 pounds.
I was going to say I shoot 30 pounds for fish.
Exactly. And so that actually opens the doors to a lot of people that wouldn't be able to go out and actually compete in, say, an ASA event, you know, because they're not shooting 45, 50, 60 pounds.
Absolutely.
So it opens the door to a lot of people to get out and enjoy the outdoors, and that's what we're here for.
And I find, you know, sometimes tournaments can be very intimidating for new people. And like, you know, bow fishing is, for me, it was supposed to be fun. And that's where I go out and I'm like, I just get to go out with friends and I get to have a good time. We shoot a couple redfish, we all hit our limits, and we go home very, very happy. I like to eat. So, you know, I'm from home. I'm from Louisiana. It's what we do.
Well, that's great. And that's what this whole event is about. And this whole podcast series that we're doing is that, you know, I used to be a diehard tournament dude.
Yeah.
I wanted to win. Like,
absolutely.
Me and my team, when we showed up, like, we didn't come for second, you know, we come for first.
They knew what you were there for.
And as I got older, I got children and, you know, XYZ.
Yeah.
The water kind of cleared up. You know, I always use the analogy, like, if you quit stomping in the mud puddle, the water will clear up. And once you can see the bottom, you can see what's on there. And that's what I did. Once it cleared up, I'm like, you know what, this is a bigger picture here. Yeah, I want to win.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, I need to take what I can and inspire these young kids and these other guys to get out here and want to win.
Absolutely.
Because after they get that out of their system, they're going to inspire the next generation.
That's what it's about.
And once they get that winning out of their system, they're going to inspire the next generation. So now we take these events, and I'm so thankful for John Paul and Bass Pro Shops. And now we get to do things like this. We bring great people like you that reach a ton of people and that have truly passion behind their cause.
Yeah.
And we can capitalize on it to get more people into it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, for me, that's what it's about. And I mean, big props to you for tournament fishing, because that is a different beast. I'm new to the tournament world, and I was greatly humbled when I got on the boat, and greatly humbled because I did not realize that, you know, fishing in the marsh is so different than being on a deep lake.
Right.
I shot so many fish in that lake.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the guys were laughing at me so hard, and I was like, I promise I'm good at bow fishing. You know, trying to please everybody on the boat like a female. And then I realized, yeah, you really got to shoot low in deep lakes.
Yeah, true story on that. That's the first rule of bow fishing, aim low. And if that doesn't work, aim lower.
Yeah, but not in the marsh.
Right. No, when there's 2 foot of water, it's hard to shoot, you know, under them down there. So
I shoot them like literally. My aiming spot is the belly of the fish, because that's, you know, that's it for the marsh. You're good to go. So
exactly.
yeah, I got humbled. Y'all do really cool stuff out there. But yeah, no, I enjoy what I do on my side.
Awesome. Well, I know you got to get back to the Muzzy booth, but I want to say thank you so much for taking time out, coming up here, and sitting down with us today. I know you've been slammed back there today.
Oh, yeah, it's been great. Everybody's been coming by.
Tell everybody where they can find you and where they can follow you, because trust me, she's always doing something cool, whether it be bow fishing for regular fish or for bow fishing for alligators.
Yeah.
Or just commercially taking alligators.
Commercially taking gators, or even foraging some plants. I'm a nerd, I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah. You're always finding something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But where can everybody follow you? Because I know they want to.
Sure. It's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm Anna the Archer. And so I'm on everything, and YouTube. Now Facebook, I guess they call it for the old folks, but I love Facebook. I have my biggest followings on Facebook, and we have a good time. I do all kinds of stuff. Me and Mr. Bruce collaborate a lot, so we are always cooking something too. Nutria. I like to bow hunt nutria. That's fun.
Hang on, don't go into that. We'll do another podcast on that, because
Deal.
I want to come do that.
Oh, good. You
Yes.
should. Absolutely. Oh, you need to come to the nutria rodeo with me.
We might do that.
Okay. Then
I have never been, but I want to do it.
Oh boy, I'm the record holder, 3rd place for heaviest nutria, 21 pounds.
Wow, that's a big rat.
It is.
All right. Well, thank you so much again, Anna, for being here.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. Thank all you guys for tuning in again. Listen, stay tuned for tomorrow morning's. Thank y'all.